This video is gonna do really one of two things. It's either gonna make you really mad and or make you realize a lot about yourself. And this will actually help you, especially a lot of you guys that, feel like you are trying to find the perfect situation, or you're trying to find a better situation, which you should. You should always level up. You should always be aware of the opportunities that are around you, of course. But I promise you that when you can understand this about your life, this is when so much will fucking change for you. And this is when things really started to look up for me. And this is one of those things that, it's practiced. And once you learn it, it's like you have to earn it every day. And this is something that I had to learn over many years. And that's understanding that the situation, I can't try to make the situation that I'm in right now perfect. And here's what I mean. As humans, we're always trying to look for the best case scenario. We're always trying to find the path of least resistance. That's how we were made. We're always trying to adapt. Always. We're always adapting on like a moment by moment basis. And I'll give you an example here. When I was 18, my first job was McDonald's. And from that job until age 25, I worked maybe 30 fucking jobs. So think about that for a second. I worked 30 fucking jobs from like age 18 to 25, maybe more. And the reason I worked so many jobs, it's like, Gabe, why couldn't you just stay at a job? I get it. I understand. It's like, it would have been fucking easy, just stay at the fucking job that you're at and, make the most of it. I didn't get that. So here's two things that I learned, because there's two sides to this coin. It's that I did gain a lot of experience from job hopping, working with different people, working around different types of culture, learning different, skills and stuff like that. But really there's another side to it that I kind of was always starting new jobs over and over and over and over again. I did that till like age 25. So, and we're not talking about nothing really too good paying. Like I never made over, which is actually crazy to think about. I never made over like 35 grand a year before age 25. So, and for those of you that don't know my story, I've made videos about it, but from the year like 2020 to the year 2023, I basically 22 times my monthly income. So I was doing about $3,000 a month when I worked in manual labor. So you can pretty much do the math. But this is the reason why. And this isn't to sit here and brag about this or anything. And actually I say this humbly. I say this fucking humbly, because the truth is that in any situation in life, it doesn't matter whether you're working a job, whether you're in a marriage, whether you're in a business, whether you're working on some sort of project, whether you're in an organization with other people, it's never going to be perfect. Like you're never going to find the perfect situation, the perfect team, the perfect conditions ever. And I was always fucking looking for that. I was always looking for the perfect scenario, like the perfect situation, the perfect job, just the right amount of fucking pay, the right amount of hours, the right people, the right position, whatever it was. I wanted to look for everything to be perfect. And I never found it. And it wasted time, it wasted energy, and it set a false expectation for what life is really like. And that was the worst of it all, is that I expected shit to be, I just haven't found it yet. That's what I thought. I haven't found the perfect situation. But that wasn't the case ever. It wasn't until my last manual labor job, and this is actually what legitimately propelled me into fucking entrepreneurship. I always had entrepreneurship in the back of, personal, coaching on the side, online coaching on the side through my Instagram, actually, which is crazy to think about. I've always been doing that since I was like a teenager. And because at that manual labor job, I decided to stop trying to look for the perfect situation. I was like, it was fucking, we were fertilizing lawns. We were spraying lawns with weed killer. And I made the best I could. I did the best I could with what I had. And that's the whole point of this video, is you have to understand certain truths about life. The conditions will never be perfect. You're never going to find that perfect scenario ever. Stop looking for it. And also, when you do stop looking for that perfect fucking situation and that perfect scenario and the perfect conditions, that's when you actually start to grow. That's where you become free. When I said, okay, I'm just going to take this job seriously. I'm going to become the person that I want to become. And if this job ends up not being for me, I'll just leave, which is actually what ended up happening. But I always had this vision of myself that life got so shitty sometimes. It felt so shitty when you're working fucking shit jobs and making minimum wage. No one respects you. You can't really pay. It's the worst. That was so bad and so shitty and such a terrible experience that I literally had to fucking hold on to something. And I started to realize, through listening to podcasts, through consuming the right information and the right content and, following the right people and listening to the right people, I realized, wait, I'm actually way more in control than I've thought I was this whole time. I can just make the best of the situation that I have. Because I used to think, when I was younger, people were born rich. Some people are, but I'm saying, I used to think you're either born rich or you're not, and that's it. I didn't know that there was fucking, I need to fucking sip my water for this shit. I didn't know that there was skills that you could develop. And one of these skills is being resilient, is being able to understand, like, hey, I'm going to bounce back no matter what. I'm going to, be resourceful, use what the fuck I have, and that's it. You have what you have. That's all you can do. Like, there's nothing else you can do. You have the tools that you have. You have the fucking situation that you have. You just have to make the best of it. That's how I found the gym. Like, that's it. Like, the gym taught me that. When I started to work out, I don't have the best genetics. Don't ever think that. I was literally 150 pounds skin and bone before I started working out. The conditions I had to create the perfect conditions, or the best case scenario. I had to use what the fuck I had. I didn't have a job. I was a fucking teenager and I was broke. I don't come from a rich family. Had to figure it out. Use my resources. Figure it the fuck out. Like, that's one of the best feelings ever. I'm not gonna lie. When you can just call on your fucking resources, use what the fuck you have. And a lot of times it's significant to you and it's special to you. Like, usually other people don't have what you have. That ties into your purpose. We can make a whole other fucking video about that, but honestly, the gym is what taught me that. Guys, the conditions will never be perfect. Once I stopped looking for the perfect conditions and started making every situation the best that I could. For example, my fucking Instagram getting shut down the other day, 100,000 followers. I mean, it might get turned back on, it might not. I'm just making the best of my situation. I'm like, okay, YouTube every day. I've already posted fucking 15 new reels on my Instagram. You can't back down. You can't lay down and die when things like this happen. When you're in these scenarios of, it's definitely not the perfect situation, guys, for my Instagram to get shut down. And there's also things in my life, in my personal life, that are going on that are definitely not the ideal situation. But where I gain real fucking strength from is using my resources, is using what the fuck I have, my options. I know what I have. You get what I'm saying? And all that, the way you do that is just look at your life. Have a real conversation with yourself. What the fuck am I good at? Okay, what did I do to get myself here? It's really that simple, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Also, these hats are on the website, but the website is not open till January 19th when we're dropping the winter white hoodies and also restocking the olive green hoodies. Again, January 19th, site is opening. If you guys want to save the date. As you guys know, my Instagram did get completely fucking eradicated. So I have a new Instagram account. I linked it below. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe because I'm going to be posting every day in 2024. For you guys that said 2024 is going to be your year, well, look, it's so simple. If it's going to be your year, make it your fucking year. And don't skip out on the gym. And if you've been doing it your own way and it's not working, apply below. You'll get a text from me. We'll get you on the team. We'll get you jacked as fuck. The tattoos are not included, but we'll get you a workout program, nutrition program. I'll hold you accountable. I won't be easy on you, but you'll be working one-on-one with me. So if you want to do that, you can apply below. Appreciate the fuck out of you guys. No victim.